Welcome to The Abundance Journey, the show that helps spiritual entrepreneurs create an abundance mindset that accelerates revenue. Here's your host, the Abundance Ambassador, Elaine Starling.
Welcome back to The Abundance Journey. This is where we are exploring the sacred intersection of your spiritual alignment and conscious action, so you can live your truth, embody your power, and create from the inside out. Now, I always like to start with kind of a bold question that really gets you thinking. What if the fastest way to experience abundance is to love more, be more loving, especially when it's difficult, especially when you find somebody's pushing all your buttons, especially when you're worried or afraid about something? Because what if every single challenge you face, every single moment you have of resistance is actually a divine invitation? Yeah, a divine invitation, not to make you, push harder or to force you to prove your worth. Instead, what if it's a divine invitation to pause, take a deep breath, and love yourself forward to achieve your goals? Yeah, it's true. It really happens. We're going to go deep today. I'm going to share with you something I call the infinity game. This is how love begets love. It's how the mirror of the universe reflects your energy back to you, and how abundance, real, sustainable abundance, is built through inner alignment and conscious choice. Now, you know that before we get started on the nitty-gritty details, we're going to connect our energy, yours, mine, with the God of our understanding. And we're going to do two different things that makes this happen. The first one, we're going to take 3 long, slow, deep breaths together. And as we breathe in through the nose, think the words, I am. And as we breathe out through the mouth, think the words, consciousness. Now, after we take those 3 deep breaths, I'll read an intention for us to hold in silence for 78 seconds. Now, it's important to take 78 seconds because our minds are so distracted. There's so many things going on right now. Research shows that we currently have a shorter attention span than a goldfish. A goldfish starts life over every 8 seconds. We're shorter than that. So when we hold that vibration of the intention for 78 seconds, it gives the divine enough time to lock in on that desired vibration, so we are guided to achieve that intention. You can think of it kind of like a spiritual GPS. We state the intention, which is like typing into the GPS, and then we hold that intention for 78 seconds while the divine maps out how to get us where we want to go. Now, there are 2 techniques that I use that help me through 78 seconds of silence, because it can feel like an eternity. The first thing I do is I'll pick 2 or 3 words from the intention that feel uplifting and expansive and high energy. And I'll say those words over and over to myself during the 78 seconds. Then I notice what's happening in my body, because I might get a rush of heat or goosebumps, or discomfort in one area moves to a different area in my body. Anything that's happening, any internal activity, is just a sign that the divine, the God of your understanding, has locked into that higher vibration and is ready to play. So let's get started. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. In love and light, we hold the intention to awaken to the truth of who we are, divine expressions of infinite love. So we choose to embody love, receive love, and reflect love in every thought, word, and action, feeling safe, supported, and ready to activate true abundance. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is. Wow. That was amazing. I don't know what you experienced, but I really felt this deep sense of connection, this intense, loving energy. I kept thinking the words infinite love over and over again, infinite love, infinite love. And this download came through that right now I live in a world of duality: right, wrong, yes, no, up, down, left, right. Everything is that duality. And I was shown that when you interpret everything as love and you always respond as love, duality disappears. There is no duality when all you see, all you hear, all you speak, all you experience is love, no matter what's happening in the world. And that's something that's possible for every single one of us. Not quite there yet, but I'm working on that. And so I want to start with a really foundational question. It's something that I talk about a lot. How do you define abundance? Well, obviously, I feel that abundance isn't just money. It's not just your income, your assets, or your social following. I truly believe that abundance is love in motion. Abundance is love in motion. It's that felt sense when you're totally connected with your source, when you're totally connected with the divine. You know that you are supported and guided at all times. It's that wonderful joy of giving your innate gifts freely, just being who you are, your authentic self, and that grace that you receive, where you are receiving deeply every time you show up as your true authentic self. You are fulfilled by being who you are, and then you are rewarded for being who you are. That's abundance to me. Abundance is what naturally flows when love is flowing, without any fear, without any resistance, without any conditions. It is just always love. So I promised I would share with you a concept that I call the infinity engine. The infinity engine is a spiritual feedback loop. It's a cosmic mirror to help guide you through life. And here's how it works. When you show up and you're loving and you're compassionate, you really admire and respect yourself. And it's not about trying to be perfect. It's not because other people are approving of you. It's strictly because you admire and respect who you are choosing to be in the moment. You are showing up as the fullness of love, which is what you truly are. Then that kindness that you are exhibiting creates, it's like a subtle attraction, a magnetism. People feel safer with you. They're drawn to your energy. Even if they can't explain what's going on, they get you. They feel simpatico with you. They feel a connection with you. And as they feel that connection, you then inspire others to model your love and return it in kind. And when your outer world starts to reflect the love you're already experiencing in your inner world, it automatically expands. You feel even more love. That's the infinity engine, right? That inner love creates outer love, which creates inner love, which creates outer love, and love begets love. It just keeps going through infinity. Now, I got to share a key truth with you. The universe is always mirroring who you believe you are. Not who you say you are, not who you hope to be, but who you are actually being in this moment. It doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, okay? It means that you are showing up with integrity, with good intent. You're trying to be nice and kind and compassionate. You're doing the best you can, okay? Other people may not perceive it that way, but you know you are truly showing up in the fullness, the best you can be. Now, when you rely on the external world to validate your worth, when you become externally referenced, life tends to lovingly interrupt you and redirect you. It's kind of like, have you ever seen somebody pick up a kitten by the scruff of the neck and they totally collapse? They relax everything, they let go of everything. Well, that's kind of what happens to us. The divine picks us up by the scruff of the neck when things are going crazy and says, stop struggling, stop chasing, come home to yourself and the love that you are. Because every single thought, every word, every action is a signal. You are sending a signal to the divine, a signal to the universe. And it responds to that signal frequency with perfect accuracy. That's both the blessing and the curse. Because you can notice in your own life when things are coming in that you really don't think are what you wanted, what is that belief that you've been projecting out there that is being shown to you in what you're now experiencing? And are you truly being the love that you are? Well, we're going to get into this a little bit more deeply and talk a bit about the game of life and how it works, because there's an important secret that most people miss. Life is not happening to you. It's not. Life is not happening to you. Life is responding through you to the beliefs that you are projecting into the mirror of the universe. Life is responding through you based on the beliefs that you are projecting out there. The real game of life is not about achievement at all. It's really not about achievement. It's about remembering. It's about remembering that you are love. You are. That's the game. No matter what happens, you remember, hey, I am love. This is an experience of love. That is the practice. It's also the win. You are love. Now, what this means is that every single moment is an invitation to be love, to notice love, and to give love, even when it feels hard. Because honestly, the truth is, those moments that are the most frustrating, that you resist the most, the people that drive you absolutely bonkers and trigger you, those situations, those people are actually your greatest teachers. They show you where you're still waiting for someone else to love you first, or someone else to behave exactly the way you believe. Because each one of us has different beliefs. When your belief is love, and no matter what happens, this is love, however someone behaves, it's because they crave love. If they are not being their best selves, it's because they are asking for love. And that gives me the opportunity to be the love that they are asking for. All of a sudden, I recognize every situation, every experience as an opportunity to rise, an opportunity to love anyway, simply because you can, because you are love. That's who you are. So why wouldn't you authentically, truly express the love that you are with compassion and gratitude for this opportunity for you to expand into more and more spiritual awareness, spiritual alignment? That's the invitation. Now, I want you to think about life a little bit differently because a lot of people make a mistake. The divine is like a loving parent who's watching you with so much tenderness, so much appreciation, so much joy, so much delight in who you are as a unique and precious individual. You know, have you ever seen parents with a preverbal baby, a baby who's not speaking yet? And they're trying to help the baby out, right? Do you want your bottle? No. You want your binky? No. You want your blankie? No. You want your toy? No. Well, just like that baby, you are constantly being shown what's possible. You get to see examples of joy, examples of abundance, of beauty, of wonderful relationships. And none of that stuff is designed to make you feel unworthy at all. That's not the point. The only reason why you're able to even notice something like that in your awareness is because it is here to awaken your readiness. Yeah, it's there to awaken your readiness because every time you witness something beautiful and then you feel joy and gratitude for what somebody else has because you got to see it. You got to see the guy proposing to the girl and you wish you had somebody awesome in your life and you feel joy and gratitude just because you got to witness it. You are telling the divine, yes, I see this. I celebrate it. I'm ready to receive it too. That's for me too. Then you welcome abundance, and abundance expands. See, love is actually your inner compass. Love leads you to everything you're looking for, absolutely everything. It's not just a feeling, it's not just a virtue or a nice sentiment. Love is a frequency. It is a frequency that you can turn into a navigational tool. So it becomes a signal that guides you. Because when you align with love, and I'm talking about that beautiful spiritual love, you truly feel it and you give it and you receive it. You're activating a magnetic field that draws everything in that's aligned with that frequency. You draw in aligned relationships that open new doors, unexpected financial opportunities and lucky breaks, synchronicities. So you feel as if life is conspiring with you. Angels are on your side. All these deals, ideas, collaborations show up out of the blue. And they aren't random. They aren't. The reason why those things show up is because they are responses to your resonance, your vibration of love. Now, I want you to understand a certain distinction because gratitude is the gateway. It's the doorway that you step through. Love is the big giant flashlight that illuminates your path. Okay. It helps you see the opportunities and where the blessings are hidden. Love illuminates your path. Gratitude opens your energy and it shifts your attention from lack to fullness, from resistance to receptivity. Gratitude tells the divine, yes, I see the blessing and I'm ready for more. And then when you're open, love is what empowers you, lighting your way. Love becomes your internal compass, guiding your thoughts, your decisions, your actions. Love whispers to you, yes, reach out to that person. Yes, Trust your intuition, that hunch. Yes. Say thank you even before it's done, even when you don't know how you're going to make it happen. Yes. Be generous with your natural gifts and with your energy. And when you follow it, when you follow that path of love, even when it feels small or it feels scary, that's when you find yourself in flow. Things just click. People show up, ideas come through, and it's not because you hustled harder. It's because you aligned deeper. Love enriches your divine alignment. It makes such a big difference. So if you are asking, well, how do I attract more money into my life? How can I do something that has more impact for the people I really want to serve? How can I create more joy in my life? The answer is super simple. I really want you to hear this. Follow the feeling of love by finding ways to be love right now. Yeah, you don't have to wait for it to come to you because you are love. So you can be love right now. Who could I help? How could I make a difference? How can I use my innate gifts? This is the real compass. It's also the real currency. And the best part, it's already inside you, it's already there. It's guiding you right to your dreams. It's interesting. I live in a rural area and there are no sidewalks on my street. So I was walking in the neighborhood, and as people take their kids to school or they head off to work, I always step to the side of the road and wave at every single person going by, at every car. And it's my way of sending them on their way with love and blessings. Well, a few weeks ago, I was waving at people in the car, and I felt this rush, massive rush of love, so much huger than anything I've ever felt before. And it rushed through me and right to the people in the car. And I immediately felt the people in the car with resistance saying, how can you love me when you don't even know me? And something else poured through me in response that said, I must love you before I can know you. I must love you before I can know you. You must love you before you can know you. Stop waiting for love to come to you. You are love. That's who you are. Be the love that you are, and love will automatically find you. And I get it. It can be a little challenging to stay the course on this path. Well, there are two key things that I invite everybody to look for. You're going to focus on spiritual alignment is the first thing. And the second thing is called conscious action. Now, spiritual alignment happens when you return to center. You return to your being, to love. When you are spiritually aligned, you feel calm and grounded, receptive, and connected to divine guidance. Use the triggers, the tips, the techniques, and tools that really work for you. Things like breath, the 3 deep breaths of I am, consciousness, stillness, meditation, gratitude, journaling, movement, prayer, hanging out in nature, whatever brings you back into communion with love is definitely something that helps you with spiritual alignment. So focus first on that spiritual alignment, and then conscious action is the follow through. And conscious action is never about striving harder at all. No, it's about embodying your choice to be love and experience love moment by moment and breath by breath. This is how you send a signal to the universe through what you are doing, saying, this is who I believe I am and who I choose to be. Yeah. Now, there's something really tricky going on here that I want to share with you, and I have to share a story so it all makes sense. A few months ago, I was in my kitchen washing dishes, and I was just kind of musing over, sometimes you work on a project and it all comes together really fast and easy, and it's no big deal. And then other times you're working on a project and it is a slog. It doesn't matter where you turn, every single step you take, you hit a roadblock, a problem, an issue, a challenge, and it is beyond frustrating. And I was just kind of wondering, why does that happen? Well, I immediately felt and heard a very loud and forceful voice in my body that said, when you deny your power is denied to you. When you acknowledge your power is shown to you. You are more powerful than you can imagine. So I want you to hear this and really take this in. Every time you say, I don't know what I want, or, oh, I could never do that, or I don't know how to do it, you're denying your power. Yeah, you're denying your power. Instead, when you say, I am doing this, I choose to figure out how to do this, I'm ready to experience this, then you're acknowledging your power. You don't have to know exactly how you're going to get it done. That's not the point. The key is acknowledge it first, and then your power is shown to you. You don't know in advance. So you declare what is wanted, just like we declared our intention, and the universe responds. So here's how you can apply this right now. First, identify what you choose to create. I use things like choose, decide, desire, intend. They're so much stronger than I want, I need, or try. Want, need, and try are denying your power. So be aware of the words that you're using and make sure that you are truly acknowledging your power. Then, once you've chosen what to create, check your beliefs. Check your beliefs. How do you check your beliefs? What are you saying to yourself about this project? Especially if it's a big, hairy, scary, oh my gosh, how am I going to get there from here kind of project? Because this is spiritual GPS in action, okay? When you type in an address and it's way far away in another state, you don't really need to know what the turn's going to be 15, 20 turns from now. You only need to know the next one or two. And we get so wrapped around the axle that we don't know how to do something. I invite you to instead focus on, I can figure this out. I am divinely guided. I let love show me the way in everything. So, first, identify what you choose to create. Second, check your beliefs by looking at what you're saying to yourself. Third, reconnect to your center. Do that spiritual alignment technique that really gets you in the zone where you are relaxed and calm, centered, and balanced. And then take conscious action that reflects your choice. And ultimately, celebrate your progress, even if it's just one deep breath. You can do this. This is the Infinity Engine. And I'm going to leave you with just a few questions thinking about this, okay? Let your mind go wide open and let divine ideas flow in. Where in your life are you waiting to be loved before you show love, before you acknowledge yourself for the love that you are? And what would shift if you gave love first to yourself or to someone else? All of a sudden, you aren't needy anymore. All of a sudden, you just show up because you enjoy being with them. You enjoy their company. You don't need anything from anybody else because you are fulfilled by being who you are. What beliefs do you hold that could be upgraded so that you could receive even more fully? Abundance that you're seeking really isn't out there in the world. It's not something that you achieve. It's something that you become. This truly is the infinity engine. This is the mirror of the universe. This is how love becomes abundance. And you, exactly as you are right now, you are already that doorway. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. If it sparked something for you, I want you to share it and leave a review. Make sure you tell a friend. And remember, you are not chasing alignment or abundance, you're living it. Stick around because we're going to activate abundance in just a moment. I love that you joined me for this experience, the Infinity Engine, because wow, we covered a lot of ground. And I'm super grateful to have this collaborative conversation because the more we are aware of love and how we are showing up to be love, the more we experience love. So I love that about this whole thing. Step 2 is to acknowledge something you heard that was kind of an aha for you. Now, one of the biggest challenges that people have is that anytime you feel resistance or you're put off by someone, that's a sign that love is needed here. And it's a really great idea to acknowledge that love is needed here because step 3, appreciate the difference it can make in your life. When you are able to acknowledge that somebody else is in a bad mood, they're behaving rudely, they're very inappropriate, you don't have to lower yourself to where they are. Instead, recognize that love is needed here because they don't have the ability to bring it right now in this moment. For whatever reason, they've been triggered, they're feeling less than, they're feeling incapable and unlovable. And that's when they need love to bring them back into who they truly are. So when you can, at least send them love and blessings. And what is happening here is you are not personally saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to love this person that I really can't stand. What you're doing is saying, I recognize that this person is another embodiment of the divine. I may not care for their outlook or their behavior, and they are still the embodiment of the divine, the same way I am. So, what I can do is I can take infinite divine love, bring it into me, and send it to them. I'm not personally loving that person because I don't find them terribly lovable. I am, however, directing infinite divine love to them to support them in this moment. Love and blessings. Now, what does this do? It helps me maintain my equilibrium and maintain my spiritual connection because that's super important to me. I choose to be the energy of love in all times, in every situation. So when somebody pushes my buttons, immediately I call on infinite divine love to support that person. So I feel better about who I am. I'm able to maintain my integrity, and hopefully they're going to benefit from that experience too. Now it's up to them to be willing to receive it. I don't control anybody else at all, ever. The only person I control is me. So, step 1, gratitude. Step 2, acknowledge something you heard that was an aha for you. Resistance is a sign that love is needed here. Then step 3, appreciate the difference it can make in your life. I can stay in integrity with who I choose to be. I can stay in divine alignment by bringing in infinite divine love and sharing that with people who obviously need it, who are struggling in some way. I don't necessarily know the solution for them. And I'm certainly not going to be able to argue them into my way of thinking. Instead, I could just send them love and blessings. And I create supportive boundaries for myself because I don't need to surround myself with people who don't get it and who aren't willing to support me. That's not necessary. I choose to have the closest people to me are people who share this kind of belief and want to be equally supportive and loving in return. We all have our moments, but give everybody a break. Step 4, activate it. We've got 3 different ways that we activate. The first way is to schedule time to get it done or journal. I find journaling really, really powerful because it helps me get random thoughts and ideas out of my head so I can get an objective perspective on what's going on, especially when it's a situation where somebody's been pushing my buttons and I'm feeling really irritated. When I can check that out and write that down, all of a sudden I can see the gaps, I can see the holes, I can see where they're hurting. And I can send infinite divine love to support them wherever they are. And every time I do, I notice who I am being. And I feel better that I've anchored in that infinite divine alignment that I'm after. The second way to activate abundance is with a physical trigger, like crossing your fingers or tugging on your earlobe as a reminder, especially when you're entering a situation that could be a little challenging. This is love. No matter what happens in this situation, this is an example of love calling me to be love in every single moment, with every thought, with every word, with every action. I choose to only experience and receive love. If someone's being a pill, they're being difficult, they're being argumentative, you don't have to accept that as a gift that you take in. You don't have to bring their energy into yours. You can leave them with their energy and send them love and blessings. You don't have to take that in. The only thing you allow yourself to receive is love and blessings. And you start with love and blessings for yourself as you radiate out to others as well. So the first way, schedule time to get it done, journal. Second way, physical trigger, cross your fingers, tug on your earlobe. Third way, I like to work with an abundance buddy. A lot of people call this an accountability buddy. Somebody who really gets you, who knows you down to the ground. They love you to pieces and they want to support you in your intention. So when I let them know, I really truly want to show up as love in every moment. And then later on, I'm grumbling about something, something that irritated me. They might gently, lovingly remind me that I'm not sounding, doesn't sound very loving. And you said that was what you wanted to be. So I have an opportunity to witness how I'm showing up and deliberately choose to be love instead. Now, I got to tell you, we are all human beings. We tend to go to the grumble first, and then we go, uh-oh, and go back to the, okay, now I'm going to be love. But we have to take the time to go, uh-oh, my button got pushed, baby. Whoa, did that button get pushed? Yes, acknowledge that your button was pushed and don't stay there. Don't linger. Don't celebrate how pushed your button is in this moment. Shift immediately to, I'm sending them infinite divine love because frankly, I deserve it. And I'm bringing it into me first before I send it on to them. So I get the benefit and then they get the benefit if they choose to receive it. And I don't control that. They do. Okay. Step 5, celebrate your progress. This is the infinity engine. Love begets love. Love is abundance. Love is lighting your way, and you are such a treasure. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next time for the Abundance Journey.
You've been listening to the Abundance Journey Show with Elaine Starling. Visit theabundancejourney.com/podcast gifts to access today's gift, as well as gifts from our other guests. Tune in every week to activate abundance in your life and business. If something resonated with you, please share it with your friends so they can benefit too. Keep activating abundance, and we'll see you in the next episode.